Ladies and gentlemen, the BMW Group is a company that takes the long view, that is profitable, even in a volatile environment, and that always charts its own course. In 2022, we grew in three different ways, with the complex challenges we faced with e-mobility and with our earnings. On the one hand, our focus is on operational excellence in the here and now. We know we can handle complexity. We can pivot quickly if the situation requires, and that makes the company more resilient than ever. And on the other hand, we consistently maintain our course for the future, realizing our goals with determination. A good example of this is our BEV ramp-up since 2013. We steer it to closely track growing demand. And since the start of the BMW i3, we've put more than 500,000 all-electric BMW and MINI vehicles on the roads worldwide. And in fact, we sold more than 215,000 all-electric vehicles just last year. And that is more than double the number from 2021, despite the difficult supply situation. We deliver on our promises. That has been a differentiating factor for BMW for over 100 years. With our strong BEV growth, we are leaving established competitors far behind, not to mention many of the BEV-only manufacturers from the United States and Asia who are new to the market. This is true both in absolute terms and also in terms of our growth dynamic. And we continue to up the pace. Demand remains strong. That's why all electric vehicles are expected to account for 15% of our global sales this year already. This will mean another big leap and the highest absolute increase we have targeted to date. We've clearly defined the next milestones for our BEV ramp-up. A fifth of overall sales in 2024, a quarter in 2025, and a third in 2026. With this momentum, more than half the vehicles we sell worldwide will be all-electric before 2030. It goes without saying that the percentage in Europe will already be well over 50% by then. And if individual markets or regions demand 100% e-mobility at a certain point in time, we will be ready and able to deliver. BMW, MINI, Rolls-Royce and BMW Motorrad already offer fully electric cars and two-wheelers in practically all the segments we serve. We already have a dozen fully electric cars in our lineup this year, covering a range of different customer requirements. Last year, I was only able to show you the profile of the BMW i7 and the BMW iX1. And today, those production models are standing right here beside me. Both vehicles are fresh on the market and impressing the media and customers alike. With all our BEVs, we are attracting an especially high number of new customers across different segments. And that is another reason why we are expanding our BEV range in a deliberate manner, and we are not done yet. In 2023, we will take the next big step to fulfill the diverse technological needs of our customers around the globe. Later this year, we will be realizing the latest version of the world's most successful business sedan on the market, the new BMW 5 Series, including, of course, the fully electric i5. This will also be followed in 2024 by 2 plug-in hybrid variants. The official launch is still a few months away, but behind me you can at least see the camouflaged i5. Production will get underway in the summer. From October onwards, the i5 will initially be released in Korea, Europe, and the United States. BMW M fans get to experience the perfect harmony of e-mobility and dynamic performance in a very unique way. BMW M GmbH reported a record year to mark its 50th anniversary in 2022. And the best-selling model was the fully electric BMW i4 M50. I think that speaks for itself. It is another reason why we are also bringing the new BMW i5 onto the market as an M performance model. And today, I can also announce the new BMW 5 Series Touring, which is particularly popular here in Europe. Our touring fans will be excited to hear that an all-electric version of the Touring will also be available for the first time from spring 2024. That is our unique selling point in this segment. I can also officially confirm the new BMW X2 and, of course, the all-electric iX2. This is already BMW's second BEV offering in the high-volume compact class. And like the iX1, we're building the iX2 in Germany at our Regensburg plant. It will be launched towards the end of this year. E-mobility is a priority for us, and we measure ourselves against this. That is why, starting this year, the BEV share of total sales will be a key performance indicator for our management of the company. Our BEVs also make a vital contribution to achieve further tangible reductions in the CO2 emissions of our Europe new vehicle fleet. At 105 grams of CO2 per kilometer in the WLTP cycle, we even outperformed the EU 27+2 fleet target by 22.5 grams per kilometer by the end of 2022. As you can see, the BMW Group can also be relied on to meet political directives. And we are pressing ahead with our BEV ramp-up. At the same time, we remain true to our broad technological approach. Why? Because we don't want to miss out any market potential, and this is the only way to effectively contribute to climate protection in all markets. It is also the only way we can continue to take different customer needs in the regions and markets into account. In addition to BEVs, we are also seeing particularly strong growth in the profitable high-end premium and luxury segments. More specifically, we anticipate growth here in the mid-double-digit percentage range in 2023. Thanks to attractive models like the new BMW 7 Series, the BMW X7 and the BMW XM, and of course, the Rolls-Royce model family. This will be joined in the spring by updates to the BMW X5 and the BMW X6. From 2025 onwards, the Neue Klasse will bring added momentum to sales of our all-electric vehicles. We intend to release at least 6 models onto the market within 24 months of the start of production. On the road to the Neue Klasse, we revealed our digital vision vehicle at the CES in Las Vegas. And this was a real sensation. Hey Dee, you've caused quite a stir since your debut in Vegas. Now you're standing here with me at BMW Welt. Are you ready?
Hey, Oliver. Ready when you are.
At the BMW Group, we deliver on our promises. That is our pledge. The same applies to digital innovations. We are making mobility a totally new experience for our customers. Our revolutionary head-up display blurs the lines between reality and the virtual world. Augmented reality even enhances the real world. No one has ever imagined and implemented it like this in a car before. We call it BMW Panoramic Vision. And it is certainly not science fiction. In 2025, just 2 years away, a standard production version of this technology will be used in the Neue Klasse.
Innovation is all about creating the perfect experience. At BMW, we are true innovators. We are perfecting cars that are already quite perfect, creating unique, immersive experiences, and always following our vision to merge real driving pleasure with virtual experience. Transforming the car into a portal to the virtual world. Reinventing reality. This is the future of BMW. Our vision is the most important source of inspiration for our brands and products today. Why have a vision if not to bring it to life? The head-up display, essential for navigation and safety. We have been improving it for 20 years. Now we are taking it to a whole new level. The all-new BMW Panoramic Vision, a fundamental new element of the future BMW human-machine interaction system, transforming the entire windshield into an outstanding gigantic display, an iconic tech milestone, a highly customizable cutting-edge user interface, projecting all the information you need with full context and situation awareness, perfectly displayed in the driver's line of sight. And on top of that, exclusive, brand new media and entertainment features for all passengers. With the BMW Panoramic Vision, we will enter a new dimension of eyes on the road and hands on the wheel. We will revolutionize the emotional experience with your BMW. And this is just one of our upcoming game-changing innovations. We've got a lot more to come this year.
At the CES, we demonstrated how we can integrate software and hardware into a perfect customer experience. Behind a digitalized vehicle like our Vision Vehicle D, there stands a digital company. What others are only just announcing has long been reality for us. We already have the world's biggest update-compatible fleet of 4 million vehicles on the roads. We have rolled out the third generation of our operating system 8. And we are realizing we're raising the bar again with the operating system 8.5 and the operating system 9. We know exactly what we develop in-house and where we need to integrate partners. For example, in Qualcomm Arriver, we have a strong strategic partner for the next generation of driver assistance systems. We already use vehicle and fleet data from over 20 million vehicles connected to the BMW cloud for intelligent customer functions, predictions, and improved efficiency. For the required IT infrastructure, we use, among other things, our strategic cooperation with Amazon Web Services. Our position is clear. We live by digital sovereignty for data and intellectual property, independence, and data protection. And one thing is clear. It is our employees who are developing these innovations. We are creating the knowledge of tools needed to identify and implement digital potential in every area. The theater screen in the new BMW 7 Series is a good example of how we are also realizing digital innovations in collaboration with our suppliers. This highly exclusive private cinematic experience on wheels came out of our cooperation with Amazon and 3 other companies. But collaborating with our suppliers is not just about technical innovations. Our supply chains need to meet increasingly complex and demanding requirements for CO2 emissions, environmental and social standards, and on the road to a circular economy. The aim is for the BMW Group's entire value chain to be climate neutral no later than 2050. This will require many individual steps. Let me give you 3 examples to illustrate how our holistic approach, starting next year, will be sourcing significantly CO2-reduced aluminum in Canada, exclusively for vehicle production at our US plant in Spartanburg. We also have concluded agreements for delivery of CO2-reduced steel in Europe, the United States, and China. Our goal is to supply more than a third of our global production network with CO2-reduced steel from 2026 onwards. This move alone will avoid 900,000 tons of CO2 in our supply chain and support the transformation of the steel industry. We continue to pursue our major goal of a circular economy. And to achieve this, we are significantly increasing the percentage of secondary material in our vehicles, and especially for the Neue Klasse. We showed how the circular economy can be implemented in our industry with our BMW i Vision Circular 2 years ago. The key to all this is close cooperation with our partners in the supplier network.
Series production. The digital key represents co-development at its best. We have set a unique industry standard together with Apple. The driver uses the smartphone as a car key, contactless and without even taking it out of his pocket. Today, this works across iOS and Android, on Apple, Google and Samsung devices, with more to follow. Increasing innovation scouting and actively empowering our partners to innovate. This is how we are tapping into the opportunities of the future.
Its new vehicle architecture and a new generation of high-voltage batteries into our global production network. As you can see, the BMW iFactory is taking shape, highly flexible, at full speed, and always leveraging the opportunities of digitalization. But take a look yourself. In the virtual world, our Vision D is already rolling off the line. Welcome to the future of BMW Group production.
BMW iFactory, that is the future for our global production network. We are expanding this concept in great strides in all major regions of the world. We completed 2 key projects in China last year. In April, the expansion at our Dadong location began operations. This is where we are localizing the BMW X5 as a long wheelbase version for the Chinese market. And in late June, we also put another plant into service at our Tichy site. The plant is fully geared towards e-mobility and was planned entirely in a virtual environment. In Europe, at around the same time, we laid the foundation stone for our new plant in Debrecen, Hungary. It should become a pioneer in sustainable and climate-friendly production. This plant was also planned completely digitally. Production of the Neue Klasse will get underway there in 2025. From then on, others will follow in rapid succession. Our main plant in Munich in 2026, in 2027 our Mexican plant in San Luis Potosí, with other locations to follow. We're also enabling our largest plant worldwide, Plant Spartanburg in South Carolina in the United States, for production of all-electric vehicles. We're investing over $1.7 billion in this site. And by 2030, we will have 6 pure electric models coming off the production line in the US. We will be manufacturing the high-voltage batteries needed for this at a completely new plant in nearby Woodruff. Woodruff is just one example of our production of high-voltage batteries around the world. At the moment, we are manufacturing high-voltage batteries for our current electric models in Germany and in China at our Shenyang location. Debrecen in Hungary, San Luis Potosí in Mexico, and Woodruff will complete this network for the 6th generation of battery technology in the future. This local-for-local approach enables us to secure our BEV ramp-up in individual regions of the world and significantly increase our resilience to unforeseen events. Our world is diverse and individual at the same time. We believe that the mobility of the future also needs more than one leg to stand on, in addition to battery electric drivetrains. We see hydrogen electric vehicles as a meaningful complement to e-mobility, even if with something of a time lag. Hydrogen has a lot of potential. Globally and across all industry, we are already on the way to becoming a hydrogen society. At BMW, we could even envision a production vehicle in the second half of this decade. Hydrogen could also be a possible drive technology for the Neue Klasse going forward. Technologically, we are ready. We proved this a few weeks ago when we presented our BMW iX5 Hydrogen in Antwerp. A range of around 500 kilometers in the WLTP cycle and refueling in 3 to 4 minutes speak for themselves. We're now sending a pilot fleet out into selected markets to gain customer experience. But let's leave the slightly more distant hydrogen technology and come back to what our customers can look forward to today and in the near future. MINI will be really taking off in the next few years. By the early 2030s, the brand will be electric only. This is what the pioneering new MINI family is all about. A total of 3 new electric models will be coming onto the market next year. Standing next to me is the new MINI Cooper Electric. And I'm confident the fan community is also going to love the MINI Countryman and the MINI Aceman. Rolls-Royce will be all electric from the start of the next decade. The Spectre is being released at exactly the right time. We have never had so many pre-orders for an all-new Rolls-Royce model. BMW Motorrad already relies solely on e-drives in urban settings. Following on from the CE04, the CE02 is mainly designed to appeal young people living in the city. The concept is standing right here beside me. Today's perfect customer experience also entails personalized communication with customers in the worlds they live in.
directly with us and with her BMW and MINI vehicles, and enables us to create direct customer access.
To already more than 10 million users.
Yes, Dee, and more importantly, 2 million people use it every day.
That's pretty impressive.
But we aren't stopping there. Take our direct sales model. We are launching it in Europe, starting in 2024 with MINI, followed in 2026 for all BMW products. It creates a win-win for everyone. Our customers get the
company. And above all, we deliver on our promises. You will always be able to rely on the BMW Group for this in the future. In 2023, our strategic approach will once again keep us on track for success. We will meet current requirements with our fresh, technological, broad product lineup and with our operational excellence. At the same time, we will remain focused on our course for the future. With the Neue Klasse, we're embarking on a new era of mobility. And at the same time, taking the company into the next dimension.
Thank you, Oliver. Thank you, Nicola. Ladies and gentlemen, now it's your turn. After a short break, we will start with our first Q&A session for journalists, which be held in German. A simultaneous English translation will be offered through the streaming site. All members of the Board of Management will join us. The second Q&A for investors and analysts in English will begin at about 11:15. For this session, Oliver and Nicola will join us. A simultaneous Chinese translation will be offered for both sessions in the streaming site. We are looking forward to your questions. We will now get the studio ready and see you again at 9:45. Feel free to video call so that we can see you here in the room. We would appreciate if you already started dialing in. See you again shortly.